Hey everyone, Phantom here from Phantom Reaper, and this is part 2 of What If Tanjiro Became Kamen Rider Kuuga. Now, please watch the first episode to get an idea of the rules. And yeah, and sorry for this one being delayed, I just had some stuff going on. And we won't be, actually we'll be covering up to the spiders, as if we can. But we will also be covering something special, which I'm not gonna spoil. I'm doing things customly, so like I did with the Boofa video. You have to fill in some blanks here and there. Anyways, let's begin. So last we left off, Tanjiro has just found the Kuuga belt. I don't really remember its name. He has just defeated the demon. He just passed his exams and everything. And now we cut to during the day where there are just a bunch of bodies everywhere in the town. And there are a few demon slayers investigating. This is just. Yes, man, calm down. Granted, I shouldn't really be saying that. Look at this massacre. Looks like these are fresh. I don't think any person could have done this. Wait, don't tell me. No. Ah, Hashira Shinobu, greetings. What brings you here? I was told to investigate this matter. It can't be the work of demons. Notice how none of the bodies have been eaten. I mean, that's a fair point. Whatever this is, it must have been done for sports or a sick, twisted pleasure. Right, but that doesn't explain why it was so recent. Why not at night? That would be the easiest time to do something like that. Most likely, that these new creatures we're facing only operate at a certain time. If I had to guess, this must be a sport for them. To kill as many living creatures as possible. Although these are just speculations right now. If we see anything that doesn't look like a demon, we should do our best to bring it down and take it in for examination. Right, Lady Shinobu. Thank you for helping us with this. Not at all. Shinobu quickly leaves, and we cut back to Tanjiro, who is now exterminating the swamp demon, which was the first one he fought when he became a slayer. And, hold on, I just need to grab my notes real quick. Nope, there they are. Anyways, we have a montage of Tanjiro fighting demons. And most of the time he's able to use his breathing styles and such. But sometimes when the demon is a lot tougher, he has to use the Kuuga armor. For example, in one fight, Tanjiro was fighting against a demon who can solidify his body. And his Nichiren sword wasn't doing much damage. And this demon was very cocky, going, "Soon I will be one of the 12 Kizuki," or something along those lines. And just when he was about to continue attacking, he smelt a special kind of blood. You know, the one that demons go cuckoos for. And he saw a family trying to run, but the demon was trying to catch up to him. Tanjiro, deciding he can't hold back, quickly activates his switches to Kamen Rider Kuuga, and then just drops kicks the demon. Now, for the person who remind me, Kuuga's kicks are the equivalent of a nuke. I know that, but he has good control. But that doesn't mean this kick wasn't world shower. No, no, the demon just exploded. The family watching this grieves. More monsters! But as soon as Tanjiro turns to them, he just gives them a thumbs up and just walks away. And this kind of spreads news about a warrior in red. Red who is fighting to save people. Because this isn't the only instance of Tanjiro having to become Kuuga. Okay. He does his best to avoid using it in order to not scare people. But there are instances where he has to. And the news of this gets to the Demon Slayer Corp. The head of the Demon Slayer Corp, Uegami Ueshama, I can't remember his name. Ua Ua, I'm gonna call him Ua Ua. No, wait, no. The head, we'll just call him the head. Quickly asks quickly hears about this. It seems like there's another warrior fighting this fight against the demons. Indeed, Master. Should we try and find him? It would be a fruitless endeavor. Besides, we have more pressing matters. There have been more and more of these daytime killings. Any progress so far, Shinobu? Unfortunately, no. We haven't been able to make much progress. Not even an identity? Again, I apologize. It's quite alright. But has there been anything unusual with these? We did find a demon's corpse in one of these sites. Seems like whoever is doing these is not an ally of the demons. But we also know it can't be human because of what the injuries and carnage we saw. So a new form of demon. It couldn't be him. So it seems like there's a new chess piece on the board. We shall be prepared then. Try and find everything you can. Any information will help. Of course, Master. That is all. You may go. And tell the children at the butterfly house I said hi. Very well then. Anyways, while Tanjiro is doing his thing, he eventually gets to the city, where he's still trying to find Michael Jackson. He wants that limited edition Triller. I am so sorry. Anyways, I mean moves on. Anyway, so the scene plays out as usual. Well, with the doctor Tamako, yeah, and her assistant, the only demon alive. Oh shoot, spoilers. Because he's the only demon alive after the whole attack on the hospital. That's about to happen. I saved it. Alright, anyways, I quickly checked. His name is Yishiro, and it's Tamayo, not Tamako. Anyways, they do the whole thing, and Tanjiro goes back to the stall. The shopkeepers complain about, "You dropped the bowl, you disrespected a meal," and when he's about to lay his hands on Nezuko to take off her bamboo shoots so she can eat, Tanjiro goes, "Don't do that. In fact, I'll have another order of this. In fact, make it two. You want, make it three." And he eats all of it. And soon he and Nezuko are walking again. But that's when Yushiro shows up. You two, come with me. Tanjiro, not really understanding, then is hesitant at first. My lady wishes to meet you. Okay, that I don't know what I was thinking. Sorry, I'm just. I should have finished this whole thing days ago, but fanfics. Ugh. Anyways, so they get to Tomio's clinic where they introduce themselves and all that, and they get to the point of the cure, and Tanjiro actually decides to ask something. Uh, there's been something that's been bothering me as of late. What would that be? Long, around 2 to 3 years ago, I found this strange temple, and in that temple, I touched something, which I thought was an object, but was dust. But ever since then, I've been having strange images of a warrior in red. It wasn't until recently something big happened. Could you care to explain more? Yeah. Henshin! He quickly turns into his Kuuga armor. Huh. What kind of demon art is that? I it's not demon as far as I can know. It's something entirely different. I would have to agree. It's almost as if something else. Yeah, but when I was doing my exam, I realized something. What do you mean? There's something else out there. When I was fighting against this demon, a bat creature showed up, and it didn't even smell like a demon. You sure your nose wasn't buggy? My nose is perfect, thank you very much. But it smelled of malice. It smelled as if it was just a hunter. But as soon as the sun showed up, it left. And that's not to mention all these reports I've been hearing about mass killings. I'm worried this might be something related to it. Hmm. Indeed, it is strange. I do hope you can find the answers you're looking for. Unfortunately, I'm not familiar with this. But tell me, is that the only form you have? Pardon? You said it was white before and then it became red. Do you think it has other forms as well? I'm not really sure. I haven't been able to test something out like that. Hmm. Well, if I may put out a theory, what if you tried fighting differently? I don't understand. Maybe to access your other forms, you have to fill a certain requirement. Maybe. But just before they can continue, BOOM! Wall destroyed! And we're face to face with. Damn it, I forgot their names. Arrow Demon and Multiple Arms Demon. Yeah, I'm just calling them that. Or would you all prefer Ball Demon? Either way, most of this fight plays out as normal, with Tanjiro struggling to try and land a hit, and Nezuko just keeps on kicking the ball. I don't know if that happens later. It's been a while since I've seen Demon Slayer. Actually, it's been a long time. Wow, I'm old. And Tanjiro on the ropes decides to swap over to his armor. But there's a problem. He's now blue. Do da da dee da da. I don't know how that song goes. Now this shocks everyone. For one, the demons didn't know about this. And neither did Muzan, and I don't think he knows about it. I mean, he can technically, but I'm not really sure. The demons are like, what? What on earth is this? And why does it look so ugly? Everyone, prepare your rider kicks. We're gonna kill that man. And meanwhile, the arm demon. I'm looking up the names. Okay, it turns out their names are Yahaba and Susamaru. I I really gotta be more prepared for these. I should probably start writing scripts for these videos. But I kind of like doing the freelancing thing. Anyways, back to what we were doing. Now, meanwhile, Tamayo and Shiroro. How could I forget his name? Scribble. I'm calling him Artist. Yeah, that's your new name now. Artist. Oh wait, no, his head's blown off. He can't see anything. Okay, I gotta stop this now. They're looking at this, and so is Nezuko, thinking, his armor's blue now. I wonder what that could mean. Meanwhile, Tanjiro's like, it's blue this time? No matter. They seem distracted. He quickly runs up to them and tries to punch, and lands a punch, but it's not as strong as it was. Yahaba goes, disgusting, and did the swipes left. Now Tanjiro's flung across the grounds. Meanwhile, Sasamaru is currently trying to deal with Nezuko, just keep on kicking. Meanwhile, Tanjiro is like, my punches are weaker. What? Why? And Tamayo also noticed this. And she thinks that maybe his weaker punches might give him some benefit. And before Yahaba can try to use his arrows again, Tanjiro is able to run real fast. And this surprises him. He realizes that now this blue form just makes him really quick. But he can't really do much if his fists can't do much damage. So, quickly thinking, he decides to switch to his Nichiren blade. But something happens. It turns into a staff. Again, shocking a lot of people. Tamayo goes, I wonder what these forms could mean. But this blue one seems to be speed and weapons. The red one seems to be a balance of some sorts. And the white one seems to be a default mode for when he's too injured. If my assumptions are correct. And Yahaba goes, I don't know what kind of demon you are, but your tricks won't work on me. And he quickly tries to use his arrows again. But Tanjiro is able to use his newfound speed, along with his weapon, to do massive damage to Yahaba. And Sasamaru is getting her ass beaten by Nezuko, as usual. And they're able to keep this up for a while now. And Yahaba tries to go for one last desperate attack. But Tanjiro lands one final hit, causing Yahaba to explode. And Tamayo notices there seems to be steam coming from his hands. And Sasamaru, distracted, also gets killed by Nezuko. And next we're back at the hospital. And the two in our group are discussing what just happened. So, you think there's more to this than it seems? Yes. I noticed that your belt seems to have two other colors apart from red and blue. Maybe those are other forms of yours. I really hope I can understand this one day. Maybe if I have more of those dreams of that warrior, maybe I'll learn more. Tamio then remembers something she was gonna ask. Oh, did you ever find out about that warrior's name? No, but apparently I've heard these monsters, as I call them Kuuga. Maybe that's that warrior's name. Maybe. They seem to not like him very much. But I can sort of understand why. He's stopping them from doing heinous acts. and I will be this world's Kuuga. Or my name isn't Tanjiro. Well, I look forward. And if you happen to get more blood samples of members of the 12 Kiseki, please send them to me so we can develop a cure. Okay. Come on, Nezuko. Just before Nezuko can leave, she quickly hugs Tamio, which angers Shiryu. You get your filthy hands off Lady Tamio! And Tamio just enjoys this. Anywho, while that's all going on, time for depression. And by that I mean the Demon Slayer Corp finding more of these corpses. This time Gyu is with Shinobu because they just so happen to be passing by. And they're actually interviewing one of the few survivors. It just went vroom, vroom, vroom. Oh god, I spat on my keyboard. I couldn't even see it. It looked human, but then it just. Please remain calm. I'm sure if you can tell us what you saw, we'll be able to deal with it. Okay. It just went so fast. I couldn't even see what it was. The only thing I could make out of it was some kind of like features. The only reason I could tell it had that was because it only stopped to kill. Stop to kill. My family. My family. Okay, I am going too far for this. Don't worry. We'll be sure to deal with this. Soon, we cut to Gyu and Shinobu walking through the recently attacked village. And they remain in silence for a bit before Shinobu asks something. So, Gyu-san, what do you think? Could be a demon. Indeed, but the time he told us, it was near daytime. Either the demon was incredibly fast, or smart enough to enter shade. Or it's not a demon. Do you know something? I have no idea what you're talking about. Well, I won't try and pry it from you further. That's a first. Still, this isn't the work of a demon. You got that right. I can tell because the corpses are not eaten in any way. Normally a demon would, but whatever this is, it's strange. If only we could find out more about this. Indeed. And they're not the only ones concerned about this. Muzan and other demons have also noticed this whole massacre going on. And Muzan knows it's not his demons. He would have known. If he knew there was a demon that powerful, he would have made them either a 12th Kizuki or have gotten rid of them because he's scared of his own creations. Anyways. And so he decides to hold a meeting with one of the upper moons. No, wait, no, lower moons. Seeing as this task could be delegated out to them. And he decides to go with lower moon 6. Lord Muzan, your presence graces me. Did I say you could speak? Hold on, what voice should I give? Did I say you could speak to me? Denny, are you okay? Oh my god, I'm not getting anything done. Did I say you can speak? Uh, Listen, I'm sure you have noticed it as well. I. The number 6 demon, let me check his name quickly. Kamakui raises his hand as a sign of permission to speak. You may speak. Are you referring to the hordes of bodies? Lord Muzan. I am. I wish I had information about it, but that is not why you're here. You are to investigate it. Lord Muzan, surely there are others better for. Did I say you had a choice to reject? No, no, I'm just saying a much more powerful demon should go instead of me. So, you're admitting that you're weak. No, I'm not. I'm saying there's surely someone better with my ability. Listen, please, Lord Muzan, please give me a chance. You have one chance. Do not mess this up. Of course, Lord Muzan, I will not. Quickly, Kamaue. Damn, I forgot his name. Kamu, I'm just gonna call him that for short. Is quickly teleported back to the place he was originally at. And now he's been tasked with trying to find more information about these demons. This will be fun indeed. Anyways, let's cut back to Tanjiro. It's currently daytime, and he's just making his journey. He's still thinking about when he fought against those two demons, and he unlocked his dragon form. And he's currently thinking, what if the other forms can also change objects into weapons? And what more is to this belt? Either way, one thing's for certain, he's been walking for a long time. And just as he's thinking, is there any other way he can move faster? He then gets a flash from the belt. That's right. He's getting the bike eventually, but not today. He sees what appears to be Kuuga fighting against some hit monster. And using the bike to catch up with its incredible speed. And Tanjiro's thinking, what? I never seen a horse like that. Note, motorcycles did not exist at that time, I believe. But trains did. The world we live in, folks. Sorry about that. Anyways, just as Tanjiro's trying to figure out some way to summon this magical steed, he hears screaming and yelling. And he turns to see everyone's favorite lightning boy, Zenitsu. This whole interaction plays out as usual. And this is much more early in the story than it's supposed to be. Because there won't be the mansion with the drum demon involved yet. That'll be later. So Zenitsu and Tanjiro are walking. And they stay in silence for a while before Zenitsu goes, did you hear about those massacres? I've heard about them. It's awful. Yeah, what kind of demon is doing this kind of thing? You think it's the big boss himself? No, it's not likely. They say that these attacks occur nearly during the day. You mean the demons found a way to beat the sun? I don't think it's a demon. demons eat the corpses of those they kill. But these corpses were just damaged. Oh my god, we're dealing with a monster over here! uh, aren't we always dealing with monsters? Yeah, but this is different! This guy can attack in the day! I don't know what's going on anymore. I thought I knew everything, but now it turns out I don't. I just wish I got married before all this. uh, do you want to talk about something else? No. I'm too gloomy. Hmm. Actually, hmm. Uh, hmm. Hmm. Are you trying to tell me you have a girlfriend? What makes you think that? You're hesitating. Help me! This once. There's. I've had these visions. Oh. And recently, one of those visions was different. So what, you're psychic or something? No, it's more like visions. More like memories that don't belong to me. Could you. I'm not a demon. I'm not burning in the sun. Uh, oh. Oh, right. Sorry. I'm just stressed out about this. I don't want to die. Yeah, but one of these memories was different. Hmm? They were writing some sort of thing I've never seen before. Well, what they look like. Well, it kind of looked like a horse. It almost had the body of one, but instead of hooves, it had wheels. And it didn't make sound like a horse. It was almost like a machine. Oh. Are you... I lost my train of thought. But that does sound pretty strange. Yeah, it bothers me. The one thing that's constant in those memories are these monsters that this person's fighting. What? I don't know much about it, but... Wait, you were at the exams, right? Uh, yeah. Did you happen to encounter something that looked like a bat? No, I didn't. Well, I encountered something like that, and I could tell you right away it was not a demon. Wait, you mean you saw that thing? Yeah, but it's different this time. What do you mean? As soon as the sun showed up, it ran away. Almost as if it was in pain being in the sun. So wait, you think there's more of those guys? Yeah, I just thought it was a strange demon, but the more I think about it, the more it doesn't seem to be like that. How did you survive against that? Well, the demon I was fighting then caused it to be distracted. And I was able to hold my own. Man, you really are lucky. Meanwhile, I haven't had the best of luck. Well, don't be sad. You passed the exam, so that means you must be strong. Are you kidding me? We have to go out there and fight those monsters. We're in the job that has a 90 casualty rate. I don't like it either, but think about it. If there was no one to do that job, who would protect us from the demons? Tanjiro then turns to Zenitsu, giving his signature smile and a thumbs up. Whoa. I, I don't know who this guy is, but I feel like I can trust him. Just then, Tanjiro notices something. And so does Zenitsu, more so he can hear it. Tanjiro picks up the scent of something similar to when he fought against the Batgrongi. But it's almost a little different. Meanwhile, Zenitsu can hear something running, like, real fast, like, I gotta get away from the IRS. And the two of them turn to see what's about to come up to them. Unidentified life form number 5. The very fast cat. At least I think it's a cat. I'm not really sure. Anyway, so both Tanjiro and Zenitsu to quickly dodge the incoming unidentified life form. And it doesn't even stop. It just keeps going. And they both get up and Zenitsu's like, what is that thing? It's so fast! God, I need to get Zenitsu's voice right. Tanjiro goes, That's the smell. It has the same scent as that monster I saw. Wait, you mean that's it? Oh my god, it was fast! Oh, if we can't beat them, we're doomed. No, it's almost like that one is only fast. Eh. I don't know much of the details, but we can't let it escape. Come on, we gotta chase after it. What? Don't leave me! You're crazy, we can't fight that thing! And what would happen if it goes to a nearby village? Do you think it'll stop there? Come on! Shoot, I dropped my mic guard. Alright, so both Zenitsu reluctantly and Tanjiro begin running after the unidentified life form. Now, they aren't able to make it far because of how fast it is. But they're able to get a good idea of where it's going. And quickly, one of the crows, specifically Tanjiro's crow, who was going to notify him about something, sees them running. Then, Tanjiro, you have a mission. There's no time. The monster that's been committing the massacre. I saw it. Could you please follow it? It's very fast and it looks almost like a person, but not. Aye. The crow quickly flies up and begins observing the situation. Able to see where it's going, and it informs both Tanjiro and Zenitsu of a quick shortcut they can take to cut it off. Thanking the crow, Tanjiro grabs Zenitsu and begins running through their shortcut. But just before they reach the intersection where they would have encountered it, Tanjiro quickly places down the box he's carrying that has Nezuko. And he says this to Zenitsu. Please protect what's inside there. I'm gonna fight that thing. What? Are you crazy? No. It's something I have to do. And then Tanjiro runs off, leaving Zenitsu with the box. With Nezuko. Anyways, as soon as Tanjiro gets to the intersection, he quickly transforms into Kuuga, but this time he's in red form instead of blue. He's still learning to control it. He's not Yusuke. God, I gotta watch the rest. I am very far behind. Anyways, as soon as the unidentified life form number 5, I'm not saying their name because I'm not going to, is running, they see Kuuga and they stop and they go, Russian Kuuga. And you guys are gonna have to imagine what they said. Tanjiro's like, what? Quickly, the unidentified life form goes to attack him, launching a flurry of punches. Tanjiro is able to block him, most of them, but the speed of unidentified life form number 5 is top notch. Soon, it decides to try and run, but Tanjiro, not having any of it, tries to chase after it, but due to his speed, he can't do anything. If only there's a way I could catch up to that damn thing. Just then, the belt begins to shine, and in front of Tanjiro is the Kuuga bike. Yeah, I'm including it in here, because I think it'll be funny for Muzan to have to fight Kuuga while Kuuga's on a motorcycle. God, I love Kamen Rider so much. Quickly, Tanjiro gets on, but for a moment he doesn't really know what he's doing. So the moment he does something he actually thinks will work, it causes the bike to speed off real fast. As Zenitsu hearing all this, quickly rushes just to the source of the sound with Nezuko in tow, and sees Kuuga on the motorcycle. And Zenitsu's like, what the hell? Internally. But he decides to follow it because he doesn't see Tanjiro anywhere. And he sort of feels like this is similar to what Tanjiro talked about. Now, unidentified life form is currently running through the forest, but Kuuga is able to catch up with her. Quickly thinking, ULF 5 takes a sharp turn and begins ascending a cliffside mountain. And while this is going on, Lower Moon 6, Kuma, I'm gonna call him Chimera for now, because I can't remember his name. Chimera hears the commotion and sees Kuuga and UFL 5. And he's thinking to himself, I've never seen demons like these before. These must be the ones Lord Muzan once executed. I shall fulfill his request. And quickly he tries to ascend the mountain, but he's below the cliff. He's kind of far. Just before he tries to get any further, he runs into a bunch of demon slayers. Not any Hashira level ones. Foul demon, be gone from this wretched plane! Demon slayers. No matter. I'll have to take care of them quickly. And this is where we get to see Chimera's blood demon art, which is a direct copy and paste of the custom one made for the Demon Slayer mod by Orca. First there's the Tiger Claw, basically a slash. Then throwing hundreds of snakes at people. Then the Raccoony Dog teleportation thing. Then a shockwave. And then Lightning. But in this fight he just uses the slash and the shockwave. And he quickly kills them. And then we cut back to the unidentified life form. And Kuuga. And Kuuga's just made his way up the top of the mountain with the Kuuga bike, which I'm calling it. And UFL 5, I'll just call him 5 for now, decides to stop running and fight Kuuga. This might not even be the same Kuuga, you know? Quickly get into a fighting stance. Both Kuuga and 5 begin to engage. Kuuga using his breathing arts to gain an upper hand, while 5 uses their speed to avoid some hits. And it looks like a very even fight. And just then, Kuuga and 5 both launch a punch at each other, which collides, causing them to step back a bit. And little do they know, Zenitsu's watching this, and he is panicking. He is freaking out at what he's seeing. If that couldn't get any worse, Lower Moon 6 shows up, using the Dakuni Raccoon Dog skill to just leap up there. And this kind of stops the two combatants. You two, are you demons who have gone against Lord Muzon's wishes? Geshinda Shense Gyanja Kuga Shonsase the Castle. Speak Japanese, you vermin. Lord Muzon. Okay, forget I said Lord Muzon and just the Demon King, okay? Tanjiro, quickly seeing the kanji, realizes that's an upper moon. That's a lower moon. They're strong, but I have to choose who I need to fight. I can't let that monster escape, but I also can't ignore the upper moon. I mean lower moon. Cut. However, UFL 5 quickly attacks Kumara, who, in retaliation, launches a bunch of snakes at her, which she's able to dodge. She then lands a pretty big hit, causing a hole in his body to appear. Quickly, he regenerates and then uses his Tiger Claw and just lands a massive slash, which doesn't do a lot of damage. The two of them keep engaging in this fight. Meanwhile, Kuuga decides to join in to try and take them both out. Kuuga then, when UFO 5 is knocked backwards, then proceeds to land an attack on Lower Moon 6. You dare hurt me, Blood Demon Art. New Lightning. And quickly, a small clutter of thunderbolts, appears in where Kuuga's standing. Quickly, Tanjiro is able to dodge, but it does cause him to have less room for fighting. Meanwhile, unidentified Lifeform 5 uses this as an opportunity to get behind Kuuga and launch a punch in his back, knocking him nowhere near Zenitsu. And then he then notices Zenitsu, who looks terrified. But quickly, Tanjiro gets up, gives him a thumbs up, and then quickly runs back into the fight. Zenitsu, seeing all this, thinks, wait, there's no way that could be that nice boy I met. And due to all his overthinking, Zenitsu passes out. And you know what that means. And just before Tanjiro, UFO 5, and Lower Moon 6 can collide, Zenitsu quickly slashes at Lower Moon 6, knocking them far away. Serving as a good distraction so Tanjiro can do what he needs to do. Thank you. I'll be sure to finish this monster. Quickly, Kuuga starts running then towards UFO 5, and so does UFO 5. And they both jump, and Kuuga performs a rider kick. UFO 5 tries to block it, but it's no use. The emblem appears, causing UFO 5 to explode, causing the cliff bridge they're on to start to be destroyed. Thankfully, though, Tanjiro's on the other side, and it's not real, and he's near where Nezuko is. Meanwhile, Lower Moon 6 is currently fighting Zenitsu, who was incredibly fast and landed a lot of hits on him. Nui, Lower Moon 6 tries to use Nui's Lightning, but due to Zenitsu's speed, he's able to avoid it. And if it can't get any worse, UFO Kuuga appears and grabs a nearby tree branch. Quickly switch, thinking that it may have some way to help him be turned into his dragon form, but it doesn't help. So he just quickly throws it at the demon to get his attention, so that Zenitsu can land a strike on its neck. And if that wasn't enough, Kuuga also lands a punch on its neck. And both of these combined causes Nue's neck to decapitate. No, this can't be. I am a lower moon of the 12 Kizuki. I cannot die like this. All those I've killed. For what? For nothing? And just before he can finish, the sun quickly rises. Zenitsu quickly awakens and sees the sight. Meanwhile, Tanjiro was able to get a blood sample for Tamayo. And Zenitsu, seeing this thing, quickly scurries back to the box to protect it. But as soon as the sun rises, he realizes it's not burning. Soon Kuuga turns and gives Zenitsu a thumbs up. Thank you for your help. Wait. That voice. Quickly, Tanjiro de-transforms. And Zenitsu's like, I'm gonna need to retire early. And that's where I'm gonna leave it off. Now, a few words before closing this video. I apologize for how long this took me. I kept procrastinating. I was busy reading stories on Wattpad, mainly crossover ones involving MHA and Kamen Rider. And I just deeply apologize. I should have been able to make something like this. But in that time of procrastination, I began thinking back to when I first started doing this. And then I remembered why and how and everything about it. So while I might not be able to make something perfect, I'm gonna make something that's at least goddamn entertaining. And again, I apologize deeply for how long this took. But this could also serve as me experimenting with a new formula. For example, I could post a what if video one day, then wait for a few days, and if I haven't got that video done, I post another one, and then the next one will be guaranteed to be that what if video. Is it a perfect formula? Nope. But I'm gonna try. Anyways, leave suggestions and recommendations and anything to help me with this. As always, I'm Fan of Reaper, and I'll be seeing you all soon. Peace!